So for this next stage of your assignment, it's going to require you to do a photo shoot. And you are going to be the model, okay? Do you all know where the IAC room 207 is?
I don't know what IAC is.
Okay, if you go into the IAC, you've got a museum on one side, gallery on the other side. Keep going towards the back. On your left-hand side is room 207. It's a big classroom. In room 207, I am going to have a bunch of lamps there for you to use, as well as an extension cord. For this assignment, it'll probably require about 3 people. And I'd like for you to collaborate with your classmates from this class or the morning class, okay? And I'll explain why, all right? Would you mind being my light guy? Would you like to be my model?
Sure.
Come on over here. Now, for this, what you're going to do is you're going to do we're gonna need a photographer. I'll play the role of the photographer. You, as the model, need to think about your topic. Think about your research, think about your emotion. And what I want you to do is I want you to act for the camera. Exaggerate yourself on the camera. I do not want selfies. I do not want prom pictures. I don't want school pictures. I want emotion, and I want you to be able to use your hands and gesture. Because in propaganda, it's about communicating with body movement, okay? So, what is your emotion that you think? It could be stupid, it could be silly, it could be funny, it could be angry, it could be whatever you want. I don't judge it, okay? Sir?
So we're going off emotion off our topic?
Yes, yes. What's your emotion?
Mine involves alcohol, so I guess.
Sorry?
I said mine involves alcohol, so I guess like happiness, like.
Happy, wonderful. Can you do, there you go. Okay, so light please, and we're gonna turn the light on.
Oh.
Okay, before he does, I want you to look at, turn this way, son, turn it off. Okay, do you see the light? It's for here and here. Now light on, and let's get a little bit closer. Notice the highlights, the shadows, okay? So I want to enhance the lighting. Turn it off. See that? Turn it on. See the difference? Okay? Move the light down. Shine it. Nope.
Oh,
Like that. Then like that. Then like that. Then like that. Do you see that? Okay. So I want the lighting person to move. I want the model to model. And then what I want is the photographer to be able to take a pose. Light, please. Give me, click, 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 click. Next. Okay? Next pose. There you go. Move. Do another one. There you go. Click. Okay. Let me make a point here. Thank you. I have you out here because of this wall. I need you to shoot this against what? It occurred to me when I shot him here, I've got this window here, so I'm going to need him to turn so I have him on the wall. And the reason why a blank wall is important is because when you're going to use your photography with your photo research. And what I'm going to need you to do, I'm going to teach you how to silhouette yourself. And I don't want anything behind you. I don't want trees behind you. I don't want brick walls behind you. I don't want photos, bookshelves. I need a blank wall, because if I don't have it, it's going to be really difficult to be able to work Photoshop, to be able to integrate it into the photo collage montage. Okay? Thank you, son. What I want you to do is I want you to have anywhere between 30 to 40 photographs of yourself. The photographs have to be of this much space, okay? What I mean by that is not full body. Full body will not work because it's going to be a real problem for you to paint, because you're going to end up painting these now. So I want it from here up. Your hands, I want you to work with your hands. Don't extend them out because again, you have this sort of window frame that you're working with, okay? Your photographer can shoot more further out, but if you, again, you want to sort of work within this area of photography, okay? Different shots, different emotions. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to use this photography of you and you're going to set it in as part of a montage collage that you're going to do for your propaganda poster, okay? I have two major rules. No makeup, no propping, no costumes. And no photoshopping. I want the photography to be simple, I want it to be practical, and I want it to be manageable, okay? Sir?
Are we submitting these photos like?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. So, just like the research, the more photography you have, the easier this project is going to be, okay? What I'd like for you to do, as soon as your photo shoot is over, I want you to download all of your images to your computer, and I want you to select your best 4, only 4, okay? And they should be different poses, not 4 of the same pose, okay? And take a screenshot of that, put those 4 on Facebook, and I'll respond publicly, and I will also grade from what you post. You have a week to do this. The deadline for that is going to be on next Monday, 9 o'clock. Again, it is imperative that I look and vet this work with you. I'm not going to be grading you on making a funny face. I don't care. I care about the content, but what I'm going to be looking at is how that photograph that you're working with is going to apply towards the painting so I'm looking at totally different things that you're not able to see yet, okay? So my participation in critiquing your work and helping you evaluate the proper photographs, like you may think that, oh, what a great shot this is, it's my favorite, it's so funny, but then I may respond and go, this is really muddy, meaning there's not enough light, don't use it. I don't care how great you think it is, either go shoot it with more light or don't use it. And if you choose to use it, then God help you, because you're not gonna have a fun time painting it. It's not gonna be easy. So I'm looking for quality work that can translate into paint easily, okay? So I'm there to help you. Also want to share with you, remember I said no costuming, but I do want you to be mindful of what you're wearing. His jacket picks up, folds really beautifully. You want to be really careful that you don't wear something that's really busy, a houndstooth pattern or a plaid. And the reason why you want to be careful of that is because you're going to have to paint that. And I don't think you want to be able to paint that detail. Look at her mask and see how detailed that is, so you want to be mindful of that. I would recommend doing, as I said, doing this with a classmate when you're doing the modeling. What you want to do is hand the photographer your phone. You want to direct them. Can you get it closer? Let me see what you've done. Oh wow, can we do about 5 more? So how many do we have? Let me keep going. I want you to have fun. Have fun doing this. It's better when you do it with a classmate than a roommate, because they're going to be like, well, whatever, click. They're not going to really understand what it is you need for this. Now that you've done research, I want you to think about your research and what you have. Maybe, I don't know, you've got an object and you're going to do this because you've got something that you want to be able to Photoshop on top. So you're acting with these things. Or you're going to use them in the background, or maybe you're talking or sharing, or, but you're acting in the photography, okay? Questions? Sir?
Do we use our phones or can we use our actual cameras? if we've got
Whatever
them.
you prefer. If
Okay.
you trust somebody with your good camera, absolutely, go ahead, okay? Yes.
You wanna film like 40 photos, but only post 4 of them on Facebook.
Correct. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to submit all of your photos, but I want to, first of all, I want to make sure everybody does a photo shoot by the week. And I want to make sure that if I have a chance to say, you need to redo your photos or show me 4 more because these are not working, they're too muddy. I use 2 words usually with photography. Either it's too muddy, meaning it's not enough good contrast, or it's too hot, meaning you got that light right in here and I don't see anything, okay? I must see faces. I have to see faces and eyes, so you cannot hide yourself. Some of them you can. Somebody did a pose earlier that was like this, you know, and that's not bad, but I don't want them all hidden, okay, because I do. And again, from here to here to here, it's a portrait. So I want you to include your hands, okay? Mouth expressions, very important, okay? Exaggeration is important when you're doing propaganda, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Are there any limits on the photos in regards to how far away they are? Like I understand that they need to be pretty close because they're portraits with lighting.
Keep in mind your photographer can like get you from here to, you know, out here, because you're gonna be, you can crop it later on. Just don't think that you're gonna use the entire figure. You don't wanna do an entire figure because it's gonna be way too much, okay? So you'll be able to crop and make sure that your photographer and your lighting person is moving, not you, so that you have a blank wall. Now this can be done at home, provided you have a blank wall and you clear out the furniture so you don't have any in the way, and you have a lamp that you could take the lampshade off. Don't use overhead light, because I need that light to create what's called chiaroscuro, which is the, you know, contrast between highlight and moving to darker, okay? Shadow, okay? I need shadows. Anything else? Yes, ma'am?
Do we have other people in the shot with us?
No, you cannot. It has to be only you, because it's a self-portrait, okay? Good, what else? And it must be you. Yes, ma'am?
So I know props for a no, does that include things like chairs, like seated portraits?
Correct. It's gotta be you against a wall. Now I notice I've got this here. This is not a problem for me because we're gonna easily silhouette you. That's not gonna show. But in order for me to silhouette, or for you to be able to silhouette successfully, you gotta be behind a plain wall with nothing behind you. It's just gonna make your life that much easier, okay? If you're at home and you happen to, for some reason, have this very busy wall, you know, unfortunately, sometimes people will use like a white sheet, and it's horrible because you could see all of the wrinkles in it, you know. So just a solid wall. In the IAC, you've got plenty of space, you've got a white wall space, you've got the lamps that are there with light bulbs. You're welcome, and I will make sure that you all have fob access to get into that classroom space, okay? Should there be any problem at all, you can't get in, just on Facebook, text me, and you know, if you haven't done it, you can do it over the weekend, but I want to give you plenty of time to do this. The most important thing, have fun doing this. Please try to have fun doing it, okay?
Sure.
Anything else? You clear? You good? All right, that's it for today. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.